We're recording.
Are we recording over there too?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, and we're back with another episode.
I'm so happy I wasn't drinking. Dude, I would have had gin and tonic flying out of my nose. Just I don't know why I was caught off guard so much.
Normally, I keep a pretty monotone tone, so I mean, any kind of elevation, I feel like can be pretty jarring.
I just sprayed. Apologies to the next person who uses this microphone, but hello,
hi,
hey, wait, it wasn't two straws. I don't know why I want to do the pinky.
Because you're fancy.
I am fancy.
You're very fancy, especially with that little swoop bang.
You know.
And you're especially fancy because you're coming off of a big win. Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy.
Tell me how it feels.
Dude.
Bro.
Yo, like this is probably the happiest I've been after a win in a very long time, just because of not the ups and downs, but like the downs and then downs and then downs, you know, like this is the first time that I had a 3-fight lose streak, and it sucks, man. It doesn't matter what asterisks you put next to which fight, it still sucks. And to get this win, especially when so many people counted me out, I know you're not supposed to think about the haters when you're going out there, but it felt good, you know. It felt good to just like shove it in their face and be like, "Fuck you, I can wrestle, motherfuckers." Yeah, Jess knew, my coaches knew. It was just the haters; they didn't know, and then I showed them, and I even warned them. You know, I got.
How did you warn them?
I got a lot of haters. Well, not even haters. They were actually kind of laughing about it. But I got a lot of people responding because I did that booty video, and I was like, "Hey, fat Ange coming to fuck up your parlays." And yo, so many people got back to me, and they were like, "You did fuck up my parlay." Like
all of them. All of them.
I was very amused. But
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am. I can't wait to do it again.
I'm proud of you.
I can't wait to do it again. I want to ruin everyone's lives, or at least their check that they get from Vegas or whatever it is.
You know, gambling is just, not something that you should do, and let that be a lesson to them.
It should, especially with my fights, because even if I win, I could lose. I think that's what they were banking on.
Exactly. It was like kind of a sure thing.
Yeah, like, she could win a decision, but will she? Will she? Even if she does, she won't. So, yeah, I get it. But this time it paid off for me, not them. So I'm happy.
I should have bet. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were such an underdog.
I should have told you. Yeah, I should have told you. All my friends who like trained with me and stuff, they're like, "God damn, I didn't realize." What the fuck? But, it only happens once in a blue moon. I remember when I was watching Tough for the first time pretty religiously, and Dodson was on that season of Tough, and then he had a fight, his first fight in the UFC, and for some reason he was the underdog, and I was like, yo, that's stupid, we should put some money on it. It was like at least 3-1 underdog. Ooh. Dodson was, and he ended up smoking the guy. Yeah. And I felt like that was the first time that I actually knew that the underdog was gonna win, and then I didn't put any money on it. So from then on, I've been looking for that magical matchup where I'm like, oh, they don't know what I know. And I always miss it.
I missed it this time.
Yeah. Next time. I'll be your unicorn next time.
Speaking of next time, you have some fight news as well, because you're a greedy bitch who always gets fights lined up like back to back to back.
Yeah,
like nobody's business.
But it's not coming up as soon as somebody.
I know. Guess who got a short notice fight? It counts. It's 6 weeks. It totally counts.
Yeah. Can you talk about it yet? Or?
Yeah, I signed the bout agreement.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just before I came here.
Hell yeah. So everyone tuning into Two Straws gets the exclusive news, but we should put that on the extra 15.
We should. You cheap motherfuckers need to sign up for Fight Pass exclusive content so you find out who I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you like to know?
You can know if you sign up for Fight Pass.
It's gonna cost you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But there were some crazy fucking fights that we can talk about. We can talk about some of the stuff that happened at UFC San Diego if you paid attention, because I wasn't. I was partying.
Yeah. I mean, I missed. I remember I ran. I had the magic like wristband, so I had. I had the magic wristband. The all access wristband, and I was like, I'm going, and they're like, you can go wherever you want. And I was like, I can.
You got the magic wristband. If we don't let you go there, Dana will kick our asses. Must be nice.
So I may have missed like the one right after yours because I was like crying backstage with with.
It was such a beautiful moment, dude. And you know what else was really nice about this one is like not just proving to everyone, including myself, that I was as good as I thought I was, but being able to do it with all my friends around. Like everyone was there. You were there. Like people that I trained with that I don't even know that well were there. You know, there were so many friendly faces and familiar faces there because I got to fight in San Diego, and I've never gotten to fight in my hometown. So it was a really special night.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you looked really nice.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, you were all buffed up.
Yeah, there was no AC whatsoever. I don't know if you realized how hot it was, but where I was sitting, I was sweating.
I mean, it was pretty humid backstage, but there weren't nearly as many people.
There was just this waft of sweaty stench, just like encompassing the whole arena. Like it was so freaking hot.
I think it had something to do with the arena. Well, obviously,
and I tried to look cute.
AC. Dude, you look cute. If anything, you were glistening.
My hair was so like frizz from the humidity in that arena. I was like, what's going on?
I thought you had like a bronzer on, but it was actually just sweat.
It was sweat.
You were beating. Oh, man. But yeah, I think it has something to do with the arena because it was a really old arena, that one.
They should not have fights in that fucking arena.
The whole thing was concrete. I feel like if you fell down the stairs, you'd probably break your neck and die.
Absolutely.
Something would get broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy you survived.
Yeah. And by the time I got to meet up with you, you guys had been, shipped to the fighter hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And you were proper lit. As you should be.
Dude, yeah, it didn't take long. I didn't have that many carbs in me that day. I had the nerves had gotten them out. So my stomach was pretty empty. I was just high on life. And yeah, the drink absorbed so fast after a fight. Yeah, but I do remember the warm up. Even I didn't have to get that warm because as soon as I started shadow boxing, dripping sweat. Yeah, it was nasty in there.
It was like that just sitting in the audience.
Oh, nice.
Cheering for you.
Little swamp butt.
I mean that's you made it sound cute, but yes.
Cute little swamp butt with the little whale tail.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure the people watching this are all about that. Oh man. What I don't even remember. What was the main event on that card?
Cruz.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yes.
Yeah, Cruz and Vera.
That fight was pretty nuts.
Was nuts. And I've got to say, and I'm not just saying this because he's like a former, teammate and friend.
Yeah.
But Cruz looked really freaking good.
He did.
I have to say that him training at Steel really showed in this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's been doing there with those guys has just like really shown through. And I know he lost and it was a tough loss. But I mean, I had him up on the first 3 rounds until the fourth when, he got knocked out. But he was doing really well. And it showed that he, was still adding, new techniques to his toolbox. So it was really impressive.
Yeah. And the fact that, he had been working on his striking the entire time at Alliance. But sometimes you just need someone to tell you the exact same things a little bit differently.
In a different way, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Carl, I forget his last name, but Coach Carl over at Steel MMA, he just has a way of explaining things that's really simple and straight to the point. I remember every now and then he'll explain something during class, and we go there sometimes for sparring with the girls there. They're really good. And every now and then he'll say something, and I'll repeat it to Adam, and he's like, I told you that last week. I've been telling you to do that for months. And I'm like, oh, well, when Carl said it... So he has a way of he's a good Dom whisperer. He has a way of getting through to him and showing him techniques that work for him, and he was doing really well. And it's a shame that it comes down to that one kick. We saw it again in the Usman Edwards fight. Ooh. Sometimes it comes down to one split second, one moment, and that's the fight.
That's what makes this sport so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal, it's devastating, but it's a really freaking exciting sport. There's nothing like it.
No, it's a roller coaster ride.
And anyone can win. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, matchups definitely make fights. And we were talking about MMA math previously where, it just never adds up.
Yeah.
But man, it's a wild ride.
It is. It is.
You can really be down crazy and out and just come back with one well-placed kick. Mm-hmm, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy.
So the other fights on the San Diego card, do you remember?
Oh, we had a barn burner. A barn burner of a fight in the co-main. Okay. And I should remember his name.
I'm about to look up the card.
Eluding me right now. Look up the co-main event because that was a hell of a fight. Because homeboy who's managed under our management.
Oh, Nate Landwehr versus David Onama. That fight.
Holy cow!
Yo.
So I was behind Nate. I was like, all right, I'm rooting for this guy. And he did something in the last round that I was just like, you're kind of pissing me off, dude. You're kind of pissing me off. And it might catch you, and I won't be mad at it if it catches you because you would have had it coming.
Yeah.
But it didn't. But he almost got knocked out because he kept – apparently he was listening to his corner. His corner was telling him to get up. But he would take this guy down, and he wouldn't do anything with it. He would just get up. And the first time he got up, he wanted to, stir up the crowd, and it was epic and it was like really exciting. But he turned his back on his opponent, and he gave his opponent an opportunity to knock him out, and he like kind of stumbled him.
Yeah.
And it happened 2 other times, I believe.
Yeah.
This is a couple of weeks ago, so don't quote me on it. And
no, I remember it happened a lot. I was sitting in the bed at the hotel room that I only used for that. And I was drinking, and I'm like, what is this guy doing?
I was like, stop it. It was cool the first time. Stop it.
Yeah, he's
like
insane.
You're gonna get like he got rocked. He got stumbled a bit. Mm-hmm. He could have lost that fight. It could have come down to him just being on the floor himself.
Yeah, it was really crazy that he was down to fight that way. But at the same time, if he was gunning for fight of the night, he knew exactly what to do. He knew
what to do. He was talking to Dana. He was talking to the crowd. Like everyone was behind him. But sometimes I just gotta be like, stop playing with your food.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous game to play.
It was really dangerous.
And if anything, maybe he felt how wilted his opponent was, Onama, and he was just like, okay, I can afford to just rile everyone up real quick. But I felt like he could have used that energy to ground a pound,
right?
Like use that energy to land a couple big shots, and then as his opponent was standing up, hit him again. But instead, he took the showman's approach, which you can't be mad at him because
you can be a showman without turning your back completely on your opponent and walking away.
You can be, but will they remember you in 2 weeks?
We're still talking about it 2 weeks later.
We still are. I don't think we'll ever see someone do that again unless Nate is fighting them. I don't think we're ever going to see that happen again. But that was insane. And I was pretty confident that I might have had fight of the night up until that point. Up until that point, and then that fight happened, and I'm sitting there with my whiskey. I'm just like, motherfucker. Why? Why didn't you just finish him? Then you would have gotten performance of the night, and I could have gotten fight of the night. I mean, goddamn.
He's so greedy.
So greedy.
So just doesn't think about other fighters, other people. Just only thinks about himself. Mm-hmm. Typical male MMA fighter.
I know.
They're all like that.
They are. Take.
Gosh.
And take the spotlight and take the bonuses and not take my opponent's head off when I could have. That's what you should be taking. Oh well, what are you gonna do? We'll get him next time with the bonuses for sure. Oh, I'm so excited about our matchups coming up though. They are very tasty, and I think we're gonna be very happy afterwards. I didn't get my contract yet, so
we can't say anything.
Yeah, I feel like I should keep mine under wraps.
I'm glad I didn't jump the gun and just like,
yeah, it's bad. We'll have to save it, but we can talk about yours, which is nice.
Yeah, but we can't talk about it for a few more minutes.
Oh yes, we still have a few more minutes before we get to there. So this weekend was pretty insane too.
Oh my goodness!
I actually got to watch the fights this time. Well, kind of. We had some technical difficulties with the projection and ESPN. You know, ESPN Plus, they really need to get their shit together. Dude.
They are no Fight Pass.
They aren't.
They are no Fight Pass.
They aren't. No. I won't say all that. But they need to optimize it for the Apple TV, because I was talking to people, and apparently it's an Apple TV plus ESPN Plus issue. When you try to use ESPN Plus on Apple TV, then it starts fucking up. So we had the projector set up downstairs. We were having a great time. And then when the main card or the main event started, it crapped out. And then it started working again. And of course, it crapped out in the 5th round. And we had no idea what was happening, but we're like, Usman's got it.
Usman was, yeah.
He's fine. He's just going to coast his way to a finish. Tyler pulls out his phone and he's like, no one's gonna believe me.
The way he said it though, everybody was like, we're like, shut up.
I know. I was like,
oh my God, Usman got knocked out. We're like, stop. You're just saying that because like, whatever.
You just want attention.
Stop yourself. Please.
Yeah. What? And he was right.
He was right.
Dude. So have you watched it again since the other night?
I've watched the highlights.
Okay. So one thing I'll say is I watched the highlights a ton of times because I love that combo. I think we saw the same combo that Brian Battle kid did it in, what was it? It was the tough finale where everyone got finished. Mm-hmm. So this kid named Brian Battle, he hit the same combo. It's like a 1-2, and then the kick comes behind it. Our rainbow setup.
Yeah,
and I love that combo when it works because it's just like they were planning it out, setting it up with low kicks and everything like that. So I was able to watch back that 5th round, and even though I knew it was coming, it still shocked the shit out of me when it happened. Like, I felt like I relived the moment that we were supposed to get on Saturday.
That's beautiful. I'm glad you got that moment for yourself.
I mean, we could watch it again after the broadcast.
I mean, I think I need to see it for myself.
I think you do. It was a really fun fight to watch without the Apple TV crapping out because of ESPN Plus.
Get your shit together.
Mad. Good job, Fight Pass. Never doing that to us.
We're adults. We don't watching fights is like our going out time.
It is.
We get to have some cocktails, some food, some like quality, conversation time, and you just shit on our night.
Especially when you're antisocial, we're fighters. We don't like hanging out with people.
Yeah.
This is our social life. Yes. Is watching fights, and you ruined it.
Thanks.
But it was so surprising just because even still, I knew the outcome, but I'm watching and I'm like, man, how did this happen? Usman is in control. He's controlling every moment of the fight. He's very aware. He's still alert. And then Edwards, he had been throwing a couple low kicks, a couple like kicks to the body. I'm like, okay, maybe that's how he set it up. And then boom. It was really cool. It was really cool. But, it was
a really great kick. It also has to do something with the way that Usman slipped the punch.
For sure.
He slipped to the outside. I've never been taught to slip that way. Against a kickboxer, I wouldn't slip that way. Because that's, something potentially dangerous that could happen. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. But you are taught that in boxing.
Yes.
You're taught to slip to the outside of the punch. And I slipped to the outside too.
Well, no, I'm talking about this.
Yeah, he was southpaw. And it was 1, 2, and he slipped to the outside, which is this way.
Yeah.
And then the kick came around.
But I'm saying he didn't have his hands.
Oh, you mean slipping
he literally
with
slipped to
his
the outside
of his hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like this could have protected him a little bit. I'm not saying that it would have stopped the knockout. I'm just saying that that's very risky.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking maybe it was the low kicks and the body kicks that set it up, because he had the protection there for the kick if it came up to the ribs, but he didn't have it for the head kick. And Leon hadn't thrown that many head kicks in the fight either. So I think it just caught him off guard. And another thing I was thinking about, we all know about Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz, how everyone remembers that one moment in the last round, probably the last 30 seconds as well, where Nate just goes boom, he just catches him off guard. Maybe he had a little flashback and he was like, he's probably pretty relaxed right now. He probably thinks he has this shit in the bag like I did last time, and he just threw it and it worked. Yeah, boom. And Diaz did. Slapped him with his foot.
Dude, what do you think about Diaz versus, how do you say it? Chimaev. I always want to say
it's Kamzat, I think is how you say the first name. And that's the one I always mess up. I always say Kamzat. Kamzat Chimaev. Dude, that's going to be an insane fight, just because Chimaev thrives when he can knock people out, but Nate doesn't get knocked out.
He doesn't.
He survives. He's like a fucking cockroach, Like you keep stomping him, stopping him, and then he's just
no quit in that guy.
Yeah, there's no quit.
He's so durable.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna, no matter what, it's gonna be a really exciting fight.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just gonna fuck each other up.
No, for sure. And I don't think many people expect Nate to win, but who cares? This is a fight where it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
Like, we're just seeing MMA magic happen before our eyes. It's like the Usman-Leon Edwards fight, Nobody really expected Leon to win, especially after the fourth round. And then magic happened. But the fight in itself was still a really good fight to watch. Like, we missed the first round, too, because of ESPN on Apple TV, but there was a lot of really good grappling exchanges by Leon Edwards.
Yeah. So we missed that round, and then I'm looking at the highlights. I was like, what the?
When did this happen?
What? I'm like, where was I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we couldn't see. But it's so impressive when technically a non-grappler goes up against somebody with such a crazy wrestling grappling pedigree.
Yeah.
And can take them down, take their back, and just completely he was out of his element.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting there thinking I can't believe this is happening.
What the fuck? And that what the fuck moment can do dividends in a fight when everyone's watching, when you're the champ, when you've dominated in a certain position, and then suddenly this person that no one thought could do anything to you on the ground is on top of you and mount. You're just like,
yeah, you have a no shit moment.
Yeah.
And it kind of freezes you. I've seen it in fights many times, and I reference Juliana Pena this way because I've said this so many times, on paper she should not have beat the women that she has beat.
Yeah.
But she has this thing, and I swear, like, she takes people out of their element with her tenacity, with her strength, with, you know, just her perseverance and her pressure. And it's like that. And you can just see there's a moment in, you know, these fighters' eyes where their wheels are turning and they're just thinking, like, how did I get here?
No, for sure. For sure. And that moment is, I think that is the most vulnerable you can get someone who is dominant. If you can take them out of their element, take them out of a spot where they've just been ruining people's lives in every fight that they've had, then it's such a good mental warfare against them. You know, it really is. And Usman didn't really get super aggressive in the clinch after that happened. Like he would get on his back, throw some knees, but then as soon as Edwards would turn in, he'd kind of give us space and, you know, go back to his up and down pressure and do the same thing over and over again. He was afraid to engage with Edwards like front to front, chest to chest, because he did get that takedown over him. So he knew better than to do that to him because he had that ability to get on top and get that crazy trip. So it was really cool to see. And I don't know, what do you think is going to happen in the trilogy if that's the next fight for Leon Edwards?
But do you think that would be the next fight immediately because it was such a devastating knockout?
I think.
Do you think that the 3 rounds in between the first and the last round, do you think that makes the case for it? I don't know if it does, but it could.
I think it does, just because, I mean, a lot of people are saying it, so I might just be swayed by what everyone else is saying. But just because he was cruising, you know, he was chilling, he was working, he was in his rhythm, and just totally dominating even the 5th round before he got kicked in the face. So that's why it was so shocking, because if it had gone to the scorecards and they were past the last minute, like it was like 55 seconds left on the clock. If they had gone to the scorecards, there's no way Edwards would have 10-8'd him in that last minute. It would have been Usman's win on scorecards. But because it didn't, then we have this what if, you know, like what if it was a lucky shot? What if Edwards won't be able to do it again? What if lightning struck? So that's why I think it could happen. But there's definitely other matchups. Like who else do you think is deserving of the Edwards fight? I know Masvidal is rallying for it because he gave him the 3-piece and a soda.
3-piece and a soda. It's I don't know. I feel like with the Masvidal, does he really deserve a title shot? No.
I don't think so.
You could argue the same, like, but it would make an exciting fight.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like entertainment versus like the actual like
merit. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like the line is blurred a lot of times.
The drama. That's what they want to see. They want to see the drama.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I could say Colby.
Like, wow.
Why not? Why not?
Has who's he beaten since? Has he beaten someone since?
But he's a mouthpiece.
Usman?
No, but he's a mouthpiece.
He is. But I do feel like he has to beat someone before. And he could easily beat someone before Leon Edwards fights again. Like, that would be easy.
Yeah.
He could get booked today. And he beats, I feel like, 7 out of the top 10, you know? Like, he's the workhorse, and he knows how to play the game. He knows how to score points and stay out of danger.
So what about Gilbert Burns? What about
Gilbert Burns?
He's coming off of 2 losses, though, right?
He didn't really lose to Chimaev.
No,
Like, that was a really close fight.
that was really close.
So if Chimaev does beat Nate Diaz, I would love to see either that rematch or have them fight for like an interim. I know people hate interim belts, but I think that would be fair. Have them fight in the rematch for an interim or something like that.
But I mean, after the fight with Burns and Chimaev, I I mean, I saw somebody who can, battle, but who still has a lot to learn in MMA. Mm-hmm. Because Burns is small.
He's tiny.
He's tiny.
Yeah, he has to make up a lot. Yeah.
And so you have Chimaev, who is a big 170, like a big guy. And he had a hard time with that. And so I just wonder if he needs a little bit more time and competition. And I mean, like, they're giving him Nate Diaz. That's a really exciting fight, but Nate Diaz is not a 170-pounder.
He's not. But you can argue that Edwards got his title shot off of a Nate Diaz win.
Yeah.
It's all clogged up there. But, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if the winner of Diaz versus Chimaev got the title shot too. But I do feel like Usman is the most deserving. Because he was such a dominant champ, first of all, and because it was literally 1 second that he slipped up that cost him the fight. It wasn't like the first round had anything to do with the kick in the end. It was just he lost the round, he came back dominated up until he got kicked in the head 50 seconds before the end of the round.
I wouldn't be mad at it. And I could see them doing it right away. Hopefully, like in non-elevation. I think that's a mosquito. I've been looking at it this whole time. Mosquito. I know.
God damn it.
So I could see them doing it. But he's also going to be filming a movie.
Oh, he's going to be a Black Panther.
So I feel like that is going to like table the fighting.
Maybe we could get Leon Edwards in it too. And then they'll both wait until after they finish shooting to have the title fight. I would love that.
I feel like what'll end up happening is he'll get one fight and then rematch Usman. I don't think Usman has to do like any fighting. He can come straight off the movie lot and go straight into camp and fight. But I just wonder how long he's going to be out from the movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he'll be able to get that rematch, and they're really excited about doing it in Wembley. And it's going to be big. Like, it's going to be huge. There's so many stars in the UK that they can book on that card. You know, like they
Meatball Molly.
Meatball Molly and Patty.
And Patty the baddie. They cannot be on a card without each other.
Well, they're going to be in New York, which is weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Molly's fighting in New York and Patty isn't.
Who's she fighting?
She is fighting. Who's she fighting? Oh, she's fighting that chick, the really good Scottish Australian chick. That's a really good grappler. What's
King?
her name? Yeah, Casey King.
Casey King. Oh, she's coming off of knee surgery.
Oh, is she?
She had. Yeah, this is her first fight back after. Yeah, she had a big knee.
Oh,
knee surgery. Yeah,
interesting. Well, the girl she has crazy grappling, crazy like wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So good finishes. I think every fight was a finish last year that she fought. So
she did really well. Yeah,
this is a big test for Molly because that's been her weakness before. But then she started shoring up her wrestling, and now she's taking bitches down too. Yes. So this is gonna be a big one for Molly. And in New York, they're gonna love her. Like, they're gonna love her.
I don't think there's any place she could go where they're not gonna love her.
Yeah, no.
She's so likable, and she's like such a fun fight to watch. Like, it's always entertaining.
She could go to like North Korea and they love her.
Love her.
You're like, you're so great, but get out of our country, please. You're not supposed to be here. We promise not to shoot you when you leave. But yeah, she's great, man. She is. So I'm gonna try to go over there for New York, and I'm heading to UFC Paris next week.
Oh my goodness,
I'm so cool.
It's your first time in Paris?
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Paris last year.
Oh yeah, we were.
And then you took a short notice fight. Yeah,
damn it. Yeah,
damn you.
Fucked everything up. Well, this time the short notice fight actually is paying for Paris. So hey! Oh man, yes, many things to be happy for. But we should take our mandatory break, and when we come back for the Fight Pass listeners, we'll have Jess's fight news as well as some comments on YouTube. We'll just talk to our fans real quick. Unfortunately, you YouTube guys won't be able to see it. Unless you subscribe to Fight Pass.
All right, we'll be right back.